Welcome back, tubers. Mr. Faust here. Joe coming at you with another review. I am doing a review on the Parks Pro Finisher here. Okay, so to update you, we're doing a project, a house with a lot of woodwork in it. So I've been doing a lot of videos on the finishes, the stains, Varathane, Rust-Oleum. This is Restore product, polyurethane. This is especially made for floors. It's oil-based. So we've been using all oil-based products on the floor. They do make water-based latex products, but I have used them, but I found that the polyurethane needs a couple more coats than oil base. And on this project, we're trying to keep the cost as low as possible. So you ask, why are we going with Parks Pro Finisher and not Varathane Finisher? Okay, we are trying to keep costs low on this one. Parks Pro Finisher is a very good product for the price. These are the floors here. This has a pecan Varathane stain on it, and it was sanded and wire brushed and vacuum clean, scrubbed with a brush. Okay, so this is what we started out with right here, folks. Okay, I don't know if you can see that clear enough. This is our starting product. Now I got to tell you, on any kind of wood project, prepping is the most important. Prepping is going to be 80% of the job. Picking the product and spreading it is about 20%. Although you do want a good product. Now, on product, markup these days, if you watch Shark Tank, they won't look at a product unless it's 20 or 100% markup on that product. So that means when they make it, if it's not marked up 100%, they're not even going to look at your product. There's not enough profit in it. CEOs are getting so rich because of this factor. But what happens is it leaves a lot of room for other products to come in a little bit under because of various reasons, because they take product from start to finish, because they don't need as much profit. Okay, but anyway, this Parks product is especially made for floors. It's $10 less a gallon. Okay, so we get back to Varathane makes a great product, but it's $10 more, $12 more a gallon. So I need to keep price low. So we went with our Parks, and I've used it before. It's a really good product. These polyurethanes, you got to put them on. You want them to dry quick. This product is a concentration of everything. It dries fast. It dries hard. I mean, it dries. I like to put the product on, and toward the evening, let it sit overnight, and that way there it gives it 8 hours. Most of these products aren't going to totally cure for about 3 days. But the important fact is, you let it dry, you can walk on it, but you will see differences in the sheen and differences in the hardness after 3 days. That is pretty much the cure time they need to achieve the full protection and the full look. Parks Pro Finisher. So if you're doing a floor, this product is especially made for floors. You can use it for cabinets, use it for walls, whatever you want to use it for. But it is especially made for floors because it does harden. Okay, hardens real good. Now, as you can see, these floors we weren't interested in taking. all of the existing finish off of it. So we basically just sanded it to get the dirt off and to give the polyurethane and stain a nice area to stick to. You don't want to apply any paint or poly product stain on top of dirt, because as you know, the dirt's going to fall off sometime and there goes your product right with the dirt. So preparation is 80%. So you want to make sure you do your sanding. Like I said, it takes hours and hours to sand these floors, and wire brush, you know, I don't know if it's gum marks or what it is, but there are spots that have to be, you can sand them, but it messes up your sandpaper, so I usually take a wire brush and try to wire brush as much off as I can, and then I take the sander over top, and that saves my sandpaper. Okay, so we sanded all the area. We put a pecan stain. I'll show you the stain. Again, it's Varathane. This is honey. We actually tried honey. It was too dark, so we went with the English chestnut, because we wanted to accomplish the purpose of covering up these areas with no finish on it, but we wanted to make them dark enough so they matched with the existing floor over here. So we didn't want these areas to be too bright. We wanted them to look as natural as possible. So that's why we went with pecan. It was between golden oak was too light, honey was too dark, English chestnut accomplished our goal. So of course you're going to have to take a little time, get some test spots, and figure out exactly, you know, which stain you want to go with. Okay, and of course the floor is different in every area. It's from wear and tear, so it's going to look a little different in each room, but it does accomplish, you know, some kind of continuity here between all the rooms. Alright, so we went with the clear satin because we don't like it to be real bright. This is our bathroom. Turn on some lights. Better without lights. So as you can see, this room here wasn't as worn. The hallway was really worn, so the pecan became very important so that these bare spots would match up with the dark spots and still look kind of natural. We're happy with the results. So I think, you know, and everybody has different tastes. You may like lighter, you may like darker. What we wanted to accomplish here also was the cabinets were totally sanded down and stained with golden oak and then poly. And actually I think I used the stain and poly mix, which turned out pretty well. But we wanted the floor to be in sync. In other words, have colors involved with the same colors that are on the cabinet, so it does blend in. Okay, so to review, we got Parks Pro Finisher. Like I said, it's a great product for the price. If you want the best of the best, $1 million home, you're going for Varathane all the way. Varathane makes a very good product. But if you're, you know, this product I would use probably even if it was, you know, even if it was high quality, because this is a very good product for the money. It does basically the same purpose as other products, and it does stand up pretty well. And 2 coats are going to do it. You don't have to go over 2 coats. like I said, sometimes with the latex, I found that I'm using, it's all, you have to go with the same product line if you're doing latex. And you have to keep using water base. You can't put oil base on top of the water. So you have to make a distinction from the beginning. What am I going to do? You have to make that decision. Am I going oil or am I going water base? Water base, I could tell you from experience, you're going to put 3 to 4 coats. 3 coats at least, 4 and sometimes 5 to make it, you know, look as well as this oil base with the sheen and hardness. So pick your products well before you start. I am going to highly recommend this Parks Pro Finisher. 4 floors, if anything else. And if you're doing a floor, like I said, make sure you do the preparation. And you may want to put a sealer on, sanding sealer. If you're using stain, it may not be necessary. You could just go with your poly over top and this Parks Pro Finisher. I highly recommend. I thank you all for visiting my channel and watching my videos. It's very important to me. Leave the comments. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Like and subscribe, guys, and share the video. Again, thank you all for coming. This is Joe, Mr. Faust, with Parks Pro Finisher. I'm out.